What's going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and welcome to another episode of Path to Power. I believe we're up to episode number 19 now, which sounds pretty incredible to me. A lot of uploads in this series, but I am really thoroughly enjoying doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode of Underdogging yesterday. If you haven't already seen that, go ahead and check that out on my channel. But we're doing some swapping around with our squad right here, getting some things flipped around, going into, I can't remember which tournament this is, but I call it just squad upkeep, as that's the basis of what it is. We're going up against Undated Spade, and it's Honduras versus Dirty Talk. He's got a very nice little French side right there with some very strong players up front, and I wasn't sure what to expect from him, but Jovetic, nice pass over the top from Jovico, and we have a goal there. 20th minute, Jovetic puts us in the lead. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have been lucky enough with packs for the Ultimate Team of the Year. This time it's the BPL. I have not been lucky at all. Bought a couple 100,000 coins less now, and still absolutely no luck with the packs. I got a Steven Gerrard. Was so pumped about it. Went and checked the market and realized that he goes for less than a player premium pack. What has happened? The market is crashing, but it is time to take advantage of that market, and I will spoil a little bit of this episode here as I'm going on that ramble, but I play two terrible games to end this episode out. And the first one I was like, whatever, fluke, I don't believe it. The second one I was like, all right, it's time to sell the team, but we're at 62,000 coins. We're 32-4 or something like that. You know, we're working on our path to power. We got to win all of the tournaments. That's just the plain and simple of it. So I'm eventually going to have to build a nice little bronze team or a nice little silver team to go into those two cups, and as well take on that 2,000 or 1,900 coin cup way to the right on the tournaments page. So we'll have to sort that out. But that match starts, and at the end of extra time, or at 0-0, we go all the way through and make it 2 penalties. I'm just making some substitutes here, maybe for a chance there at the end. Decide not to do it, and extra time ends levels, so we are going to penalties. I never know whether or not people want to see penalty kicks, but I figured just for this time we'll turn up the speed a little bit and show you guys how the penalties go. Obviously I saved the penalty from him earlier in the game. That was the only chance that he really had. Stop another one right there. I'm still using my penalty kick stopping tutorial that I used in FIFA 11. I can go ahead and put that in the description if you guys would like. The same principles apply. You just have to be a little bit faster about stopping the penalties, and the principle or the basis behind it is you watch their plant foot. It only works for power penalties. It doesn't really work for finesse ones, but when they take a power penalty, you watch their plant foot. If they plant close to the ball, and it's a right-footed taker, then they're going to the right. If they plant far away from the ball and it's a right-footed taker, then they're going to the left. So I'll leave a link to that very old video of mine down below. But as you can see, one more penalty to go. Gokhan Inler here, crushing finish to put us through. A nice, confident goal right there. But this was one of those not such great days of FIFA. We all do have those occasionally from time to time. I know Nepenthes put out a video yesterday talking about what was he talking about? He was talking about Virgin Gaming and the chance to go in there. So I decided to dabble my hand at that and have really been enjoying that. It's a pretty strong quality of competition, depending on what level you're at. I played some really good players. I played some really bad players, some crazy custom formations, some regular old formations. But you know, the more people start to hear about it, I think it'll be keep being more and more fun. There are tournaments that are always ongoing that you enter $1 for. If you win your first round, you get $2 back. So it basically pays for that tournament entry, and even if you lose, it pays for another one for you to enter. So those are always pretty nice. We got on by Marchizio right here, and briefly I'm going to touch on Juve. I believe is undefeated still in the Serie A, which is absolutely incredible. Their defense has been undeniably excellent this year, and so I kind of wanted to pick up a few of these Juve players. I took everything in me not to buy the team of the year, De Cheglia, because I've heard great things about him, but we decided to stay away from it, save our coins, and move on and hope for the best. Obviously didn't realize that I'd already gotten 2 of them, so we sent one of them to the trade pile. Moving on into the finals of the tournament right now, and I was expecting only good things from the squad, even though I had just come up against a very, very tough opponent, and this guy was, he paced the heck out of me. Like, there was no ifs, ands, or but about it. Like, I thought my defense would be able to keep up. They were not. I didn't move the wall far enough over on this. Taiwo, he scores a great free kick with Taiwo here. Just crushes it near post. I let him have it. That was basically a gimme. But anyways, back to Virgin Gaming, because that's what I wanted to talk about. So if you guys want to see some videos like that, I would be more than happy to do that, because I played a bunch of that recently and have made a decent little amount of money with that. So I don't know about, there's not enough active people on the site yet, so where you can find matches just instantly. You kind of have to wait a little bit, and sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating. But if you're at the early levels of the tournaments and stuff, then you find matches almost instantly, and there's always people to play. But head-to-head is an extremely different engine than Ultimate Team. So if you are thinking about doing that, I would definitely recommend playing some head-to-head seasons. Head-to-head seasons are pretty easy for the most part. It's pretty easy to walk up to Division 1. I'd ask people if they'd wanted to see something like that before, so I would still be extremely happy to do that. I got a pretty positive response from a bunch of people, and like a real negative response about that from some others, so you guys will have to tell me what's going on. We go out and buy the Fiorentina man, Pasquale, the left back, inform, 11,500 buy now on an inform. Really can't go wrong with that. You can list those for like 13 or 14,000 most times overnight, and they will indeed sell. Unless, of course, they are just a terrible, terrible inform, which Pasquale is not. He does play for the mighty Fiorentina, and that is the team that I have for VSG. Partly why I was a bit partial to picking him up for the side, but we go into one more match thinking that last one was just a fluke, and I was playing sloppy, and the same result's going to happen in this one. I blow a 2-goal lead, which is extremely frustrating to me. I think I'll lose this one in penalties. But what I was talking about with VSG, so the season, I don't know, I guess the official Season 2 kickoff of the 1v1 tournament will be going on tomorrow. I will be going up against the ferocious Nepo monster and try to escape the first round or the first week of the season with some points, so that we can set ourselves up nicely in the table, as we do want to win that tournament and prove our mettle amongst the FIFA community. There's been some changes in that. I know I've got Fiorentina, Nepo's got Olympiacos. I think we both had kind of the same idea, where we didn't want to pick the typical team with a bunch of pace. Well, I think he picked a team with a bunch of pacey players. He's got Fetfatsidis and the Belgian Morales. Both of them have quite high pace, but I wanted to pick a team that wasn't super pacey. The Fiorentina has an extremely strong defense. If any of you guys want to play or want to try playing with them before you watch the game, their defense is incredible. And so, I feel pretty confident that I'll be able to, keep Nepenthes at bay for most of the game, but he does have some very clever players, so that could be a bit more difficult than I thought. Obviously, my penalty kick stopping tutorial doesn't work so well when I'm missing penalties or I'm diving the wrong way. Sometimes the reactions just aren't quite there, guys. I am getting a bit old now. Not really, though. But anyways, guys, we're coming to a close in a little bit here. You're going to see this eventually finishes up. He finishes me off with Ramirez right there. Takes the first round of the tournament. I can't remember the last time we lost in the first round. What a bummer, but it's time to change teams. It's time to change formations, and so we send everybody over to the trade pile to get sold for varying prices. And hopefully we apply contracts just because nobody wants to buy a player that's out of contract and has the little thing or the little red contract guy on him. People are like, no, forget that. There are plenty of other ones on the market, unless, of course, they are very expensive in-form card. But we go ahead and list everybody. We should have a great coin total by the end of this. And I will give you a forewarning. I know where I'm going. I'm switching back to that wonderful 4-4-1-1 formation. And I think we're going to try a League One side, especially with how many cheap in-form cards there are. I think they would be great to dabble in. Anyways, guys, we'll get the VSG outro at the end of this for you. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.